Hello everyone, today is going to be a little bit of a different video because I am frustrated with a lot of your favorite creators. I won't say names right now, but I probably will later on.
Today's video is on a content creator called Jake Doolittle. And oh boy, we need to buckle up for a wild ride here because this has got to be the most unhinged video that I've ever seen. And it's a video that seemed quite innocent at the beginning, but it's one that made me extremely angry at multiple points. So, who are we talking about? Well, Jake Doolittle is a content creator that has been on YouTube since 2020, and he has 282,000 subscribers. And he just happens to be in the commentary space as well. But to be honest, until this fateful video that he put out, I can honestly say I had never heard of him. And obviously, because of that, I had never seen any of his videos. Now, as this title suggests, this is all about alleged blackmail. I mean, why we're saying alleged is for YouTube's purposes. This is a classic case, in my opinion, of blackmail.
Hello everyone, today is going to be a little bit of a different video because I am frustrated with a lot of your favorite creators. I've been wanting to make this kind of video for quite a long time. I've been very nervous to do it because I didn't want to burn bridges, but at this point, who gives a fuck?
You start off by saying that you were nervous to put out this video, and after watching it, I can understand why. But the thing is, Jake, you should have listened to that little voice in your head saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Because, in my opinion, now you've let the cat out of the bag, and this is one way to end a YouTube career.
2 to 3 years ago, I started a nonprofit, Never Stop. I have sunk thousands and thousands of dollars into Never Stop. At first, it was not successful at all, and I was paying money out of pocket to cover the donations that we were making.
Before we go any further in this video, I do want to make one thing perfectly clear. Setting up a charity is an amazing thing to do, and I commend you for doing that. But what I don't commend is what you're going to be doing next. To be honest, setting up a charity means money coming out of your own pocket at the end of the day, unless you do fundraising events. I mean, there's no two ways about it, is there? Those are the only ways that it's going to happen, is by doing charity events where people donate to your charity, or where you do a fundraising video, still fundraising, still people donating who maybe watch your channel, like Repzilla, he does fundraising streams. And I've got to say, he's never put out a video like this, and I can never ever see that happening either, because to me, he is a much more respectable person, in my opinion, than you.
We just received our first grant. We have 7 volunteers, 1 part-time employee, a treasurer on board. Like, this is a fucking real operation here.
I'm just going to throw in a little context here of why Jake might have set up a charity. So, for most of Jake's own life, he has suffered from the debilitating disease called Lyme disease, and it has severely affected his life. And maybe he got quite a bit of help with this disease. So maybe that's what prompted him, to set up this charity. I mean, I could be wrong. That may not have anything to do with it. But to me, that seems to make sense. Now, the thing is, what he does is he chooses someone to send $500 to. So once a month, this charity gives $500 to a person that they consider is deserving of it. I don't understand why it takes 7 people to do that. So I'm a little bit confused as to why there are 7 people. But maybe that's just a me thing. It's just me that doesn't understand that. Maybe if you do, you can let me know in the comments, but it just doesn't make much sense to me. I'll reiterate again. I think it's very deserving that he chooses one person to receive $500 and chooses a different one the next month. Fantastic. So that's the good shit out the way. Now we're going to come to the bad. And believe me, it's really bad. His opinion absolutely sucks.
I'm almost at 300,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing, and I cannot thank you enough for that. But there has been no YouTuber who has ever inquired or donated any money to Never Stop.
Is it me or am I missing a big point here? Because my attitude to what you just said is, why should they? I mean, if you send out requests and ask people to collaborate and ask them, to join you on a stream or to collaborate on a video or to do a fundraising event with you, and they've said that they would do that and they haven't, that would make sense to me. But what you're going to say next doesn't make that sound that that is the actual case.
I've actually even sent merchandise to creators to try to get them to talk about Never Stop, and it only worked with one, and that person wasn't even a YouTuber. It was a singer. It was a songwriter. And throughout this video, I'm not going to name names.
This is your charity, your passion project. So again, why should anyone else be as excited as you are about it? And there you sit and you say only one person has done anything and they're a singer. They're not even a YouTuber. Well, don't you think that's a bit condescending, Jake?
But I would like you to know that I am going to name names at some point, possibly next month or so, if my following up with these people amounts to nothing and I keep getting ghosted.
These YouTubers don't donate some of their hard-earned money to you. You're going to name names. Do you really think that is going to help your cause? Do you really think that you are going to get thousands of dollars for your charity by blackmailing people? Now, one thing I have got to say is this video is no longer available. It was only up for a very short period of time and then Jake did delete it. He did make follow-up videos about it, and we are going to cover a little bit of that a little bit further into this video, but let's get this video out of the way first. I'm glad he did finally come to his senses and delete it, but his apology video really isn't any better, to be honest. In fact, in some respects, it's even worse.
A lot of these YouTubers love talking about holding people accountable for their wrongdoings and all that kind of shit. But when I try to say, hey, if you have any extra money, we are giving $500 a month. I know that you just put on your close friend story that you're making 15 grand off this brand deal. Hey, I would love the help. My views are down, but you're getting, I don't know, 50,000 subs a month. What are we doing here?
So now we're getting to the nitty gritty of the problem here. Jake is jealous that some people's commentary channels are growing exponentially and taking off, and his is staying rather stagnant. Frustrated, I could understand. Because, as a very small commentary channel myself, I get frustrated with people who started a long time after me and who far surpass me, in a very short period of time. So frustration in that I can understand. But you've got to learn that you and your style of commentary isn't for everybody. And other people's channels who you're comparing yourself to, maybe someone who's really young and really good at editing and is quite funny, which appeals to a younger audience. And maybe there's more of that younger audience on YouTube. I know it's hard not to do it, but at the end of the day, it's something you shouldn't do because you're you and you will find your audience at the right time. Yes, I could understand that it would be frustrating if you have got a charity that you are trying to get off the ground. But does that mean you should blackmail other YouTubers? 100% no way. That is utterly ridiculous. It makes you seem insane as well as jealous.
My views are down, but you're getting, I don't know, 50,000 subs a month. What are we doing here? As of today, we have given around $12,000 to people in need over the last 2 to 3 years.
You have given $12,000. Awesome, excellent, fantastic. But you have just ruined your total YouTube career that has taken you 4 years to build up by making this video complaining that you have given $12,000 to your charity. Please make that make sense to me.
I want someone to tell me why US senators and representatives are more likely to work with me than other influencers in the commentary space who I have talked to within the last 6 months. How come other nonprofits that are doing between $10 and $30 million a year in donations are willing to talk to me, but these fucking YouTubers cannot give $500 in a one-time payment out of their, I don't know, 50 grand that they're making a month?
Have you ever thought, Jake, that maybe they don't trust you? Because there is an element of that. He made a video last year where he got called out for some of his charity items, where it said only 10% of the revenue actually went to the charity and the rest of it went into your pocket. Do you think that may be a massive reason why they don't want to help you, that you're not trustworthy?
And by the way, all of this you can write off on your taxes. I don't know how many times I have to say this. These are people who are getting a shit ton of money and will not know what to do at tax time, but I guess there's no knowledge there.
So what? It can be a tax write-off. But if they don't know anything about your charity, they're not going to support it, are they, Jake? So maybe you should have a better way of trying to contact these people. Jake goes on to say that there were a few people that put out stories of how much money they made, and one specific one said that they wanted to do good with their money. So Jake contacted them and said, well, if you want to do good, why don't you give to my charity? And this is part of the reason he made this video, is the fact that he's pissed off that this person left him on red and unfollowed him. Not the way I would sort of do things, you know. I think people should be upfront and say, oh, hey, your charity's probably awesome, man, but it's not my bag, or whatever. I don't think you should just leave someone on red and unfollow them. You know, I can understand why he's annoyed at that. But to make this video as a knee-jerk reaction to that, now that is insane.
But the problem is, when you're putting out as much fucking content as I am, there's going to be videos that aren't received well. I feel like that's simple math. Just in the last 6 months, I've posted 73 videos. Who else is doing that?
Now that comment right there really ground my gears, because I work a 9 to 5 job Monday to Friday, and after I heard that comment and him saying who else does that, so bearing in mind Jake Doolittle does this full time. Well, I went back on my channel and looked at the analytics, and in the last 6 months I have made 76 videos. So mate, I do that. And my channel is only on just over 2,000 subscribers, and I have a full-time job. Have I even made $500 in the whole time I have been a YouTuber? No. I put out a video in September when I had been monetized for a year, and in that whole year, I only made €300. I know you're not targeting this video at me, but people do work bloody hard on YouTube as well as supporting themselves with a job. So your attitude sucks even more in that respect.
I won't say names right now, but I probably will later on.
You, sir, are a dumb schmuck.
Somebody reached out to me on Instagram, somebody who could change my life, could change hundreds, possibly thousands of people's lives, asking for advice. I got on a phone call with this person. I give this person advice, and because they asked for it, right? And then after this call, I say, hey, I really appreciate that I was able to give you advice, but I would love some advice on how to grow my nonprofit. And I'm going to send a follow-up this week. But if there's no response, I don't know what to do. I gave this person content strategy advice and then asked for advice in return, and now I'm left on red. I've been completely fucking used by this person, and I don't know why they reached out to me in the first place. That one I'm gonna keep a little bit more vague because I still have my hopes up, I guess.
That is a case of blackmail 101, in my opinion. Now let's get on to the apology video, because this one sucks as well.
So this is me just checking in, saying hello, apologizing. You know, I texted a few creators and said, hey, sorry about this. And, you know, it was stupid anyways.
Well, at least you got that bit right, Jake. What you did was extremely stupid. But guess where he is? Recording this live in the hospital. So he's trying to garner sympathy now.
H3's live title is your name. Awesome. Sick. Yeah, I'm just checking in because, you know, this is my third time in the hospital in a few months. It's just mad. It was a bad video, TBH. Yeah, and that's why I took it down. I mean, I was kind of, you know, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I completely understand people making videos about it, but like, I don't know. I am very. This is just going to be. Did I blackmail my friends? I didn't think so. I mean, your takes weren't wrong though. I mean, my whole point was like not to name names, but you know.
The thing is, though, you don't have to name names for it to be considered blackmail, do you?
We did get a lot of donations in support of Neverstop, which was great. But
You did get donations, which is awesome. Why the but?
my mom was helped by your charity. I mean, it doesn't. I appreciate it, but nobody believes it.
You saying that makes you seem so ungrateful to me. You've got someone saying basically, thank you, you helped my mum, and then you're ending that with, but no one believes it. Really? You don't need to say that. All you need to say is thank you, and I'm so glad I could have helped you. It's no wonder people don't want to work with you.
You try to emotionally manipulate your fellow creators to not donating to your charity live and make the video in public. So I mean, that's not what I was trying to do.
Then pray tell us, what is it you were actually trying to do? Because that's the part that doesn't seem to make any sense to anyone that I've spoken to about this video.
I was just trying to out loud rant, and like I don't know. Like I'm not getting views. I don't know, 11K views. You're allowed to rant on your channel. I honestly feel like I'm not.
Everyone is allowed to rant on their channel, but everyone else is able to give you backlash for that rant. Actions have consequences. As apologies go, that really wasn't much of one, was it? He's trying to explain why he did what he did, and it's all because his channel is not getting views, which to me is not a good reason to throw away your YouTube channel. Now, believe it or not, he does upload a third video, and that is called Addressing the Situation. I'm not going to cover it here in this video because this video is long enough already. But if you would like me to react to the third and final part of this, then let me know in the comments and I'll make the video for you. Thank you for watching to the end. I do appreciate you. If you've enjoyed the video, then hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Ta-ta for now.